Hi, and welcome to the Hmong Woman Podcast. I'm Ariel.
I'm Emily.
Today, we're going to be interviewing Emily. Putting some sparkles on top.
Right?
I really like your sweater.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just as much as you like purple, I do too. Lavender.
Oh, right. She's a darker lavender for you folks who aren't on YouTube. I'm lighter lavender.
Yeah. But we're both lavender girlies.
Yeah. Great. Well, this is going to be pretty informal. But introduce yourself to folks.
So my name's Emily. I'm 28 years old. I'm a Gemini sun. I'm a Sagittarius moon. And I'm a Cancer rising.
Love it.
So that's why I have such a dynamic personality, because Gemini and Cancer, apparently, they clash. That's me until your questions come along.
Well, my next question is, where and how did you grow up?
So I was born and raised in North Minneapolis at North Memorial 2. Maybe we were born in the same room. We need to look that up. You never know.
You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, born and raised in North Minneapolis. For a little bit, we lived up in Elk River just so that we could farm, but we always came back to North Minneapolis. And then we, after a few years, came back, lived in the same house, and we still have that house. How I grew up, man, was I loved? I don't know. I'm kidding. No, we grew up in a pretty big family. It was pretty chaotic. We farmed. We kind of did every which thing that my parents kind of try to pursue to just make that American dream come true. So grew up in a restaurant, grew up in a flower shop, grew up with my mom and dad working janitorial jobs. So yeah, kind of grew up chaotically and but with a lot of love. So
What kind of restaurant did your mom have when she had that?
So they bought this pizza shop off of Penn and Laurie, which is knocked down now. There's just a liquor store there now. But there used to be a Hmong store connected right behind that, which is how my sister and my brother-in-law met.
Oh.
Yeah. But my parents, like, they made pizza, but then my mom also, like, started doing Hmong food with it. It didn't do very well because of all the development that was happening there. But that's the kind of restaurant we had. And I would sit behind the cash register not knowing how to use it.
Wait, were you like one of those kids that picked up the phone and was like, what would you like to order? Oh my God.
Or I'd be sitting under the cash register doing homework while my older siblings were taking orders. But that's how you knew it was a good restaurant.
Yeah, the kid behind the phone.
Mm-hmm. We had good food, okay? But yeah, we also did like J4th with the restaurant. So like we had those food stalls. Oh. We did it for the Hmong New Year one year. Oh my God. Yeah.
How was that?
Okay, the New Year I don't remember because I was pretty little. But the J4th I definitely remember. It was hot. It was humid.
How old were you?
It was gross. I was like, because we moved back to Minneapolis, I was like 8 or 9. Yeah. And I was mainly tasked with like watching my little sister. Yeah. But I remember like setting up like spending nights. I think also like we did that for a couple years because I remember I was old enough to help like shred the papaya to make papaya salad the previous night. Yeah. These are the hands of a worker. Yeah.
Cool. And where would you choose to live if you had the resources to move there?
You know, people think that I don't take this seriously or that this is just a joke. It's not. If I had the chance, I would buy an island with a lighthouse. I don't care if it's haunted, and I will live there with my dogs and my cats. And then create a little barn for my rescue animals.
And I would come visit you.
Yeah. I would have a ferry. I would get whatever certifications I need to have the ferry and run the lighthouse. But that's what I would do. Because I don't want to live near people. Go out once a month to buy food and then come back.
Because I feel like the only islands that are out there are tropical islands. Would you want a tropical island then?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or would you want to like explain to me what temperatures?
It has to be haunted.
Okay, haunted.
Because that's where you get the good stories, right? Because if I'm going to be alone, I need at least a ghost friend. But honestly, I don't know. Like, I've always seen it at, like the coast of Maine or something. Like, I've never seen... It's like... I I guess I never thought of a lighthouse in warm weather, but that would make it easier because then I wouldn't have to worry about snow. Just an island with a lighthouse. The specifics are not there yet. If it's a nice lighthouse and it's on a warm island, I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be manifesting it for you.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. So this is a loaded one too. I don't know why I gave you so many loaded questions.
That's okay.
But okay. So these are a big question is where did you go to high school and college? And then smaller questions, if you'd like, are what are your favorite or worst memories? What extracurriculars were you involved in? And any just funny memories or stories?
Yeah, so we actually went to the same high school for a little bit, not at the same time, but I graduated from Hmong College Prep Academy. I've been in essentially Hmong schools my entire life, which is really funny because I was known and still am known as the Hmong hater. But I think it's valid. If I've been in Hmong schools all my life, I know the ins and outs of that. But yeah, Hmong College Prep Academy, before it was called HCPA, it was just HA, just Hmong Academy. So I was there when they had the metal detectors and they did the bag checks every morning. Yeah, so that's when I went to high school. Hated high school. Would not go back. Dear God, please.
Me neither.
Bad memory, high school. And then I went to North Hennepin Community College. Best time of my life. I think college is really where I flourished because it challenged me mentally and emotionally. And I met a lot of great people that I'm still friends with today. Ariel, you're one of them.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun time. I think that I really bloomed in college because I was so depressed, but I was doing things that I enjoyed. Student clubs and working a job and taking classes that I really like. Graduated from there, then transferred to Concordia University, St. Paul, where I wrapped up my bachelor's and my master's degree. I'm iffy about St. Paul, Concordia. It's all right. Nothing memorable, other than the time what goes followed me home. But yeah, I got my degrees from there, my undergrad and graduate. And yeah, I wasn't involved in any extracurriculars in Concordia for my grad program. I was working 3 jobs. I did not have time for anything.
And what were your 3 jobs?
So I did an unpaid internship because I needed that for my program. And then I did my student work. What is it called? There's a term for that. But it's like you get paid through like financial aid, you get like a certain amount.
Work study.
Work study, there we go. So we did work study as like a front desk for my apartment building. And then I also worked like odds and ends part jobs. Like I did Target for a little bit. And then and then I was allowed another work study job. So I did 2 work study jobs after Target. So I was always working 3 jobs. And I count the internship as a job because I had to be there at least 20 hours a week. So
pretty much a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So those are my jobs. That was like crazy time in my life. I would never do 3 part-time jobs again on top of studying.
You know, it's funny because that's so normalized. And then once we look back at it, it's like, holy shit, we actually did that.
Exactly. And it's like, no wonder I was fucking depressed. God. But yeah, no, I feel for grad students and undergrad students who like have to make ends meet. It's hard. But it also came up with really good memories. Okay. Good memory from college is as a student worker, I had to take care of the laundry room. I can't tell you how many times people forgot their laundry in the laundry room. One time, somebody forgot a really nice fleece blanket. I was like, I'm gonna let it sit there for a week because if people didn't take it, we put it in the lost and found. Or like we would pack it up to be donated. Nobody picked it up for a whole week. And I worked at least 3 hours each day. So I'm like, I'm gonna take this bitch. I did. I took it. It was a beautiful like gray fleece blanket. Nobody came back to claim it. And even when I took it, people like still left really nice blankets in the laundry room. I didn't take any of those. Those were donated. But this one gray blanket, my friend Abby still has it. That was a great memory. I'm like, I came upstairs to our apartment. I'm like, look what I have.
It's like, oh.
Exactly. So we had a blanket that we could put in our living room that we didn't have to like drag from our bedrooms if it was cold.
Oh, I love that story.
So Perks of being a student desk worker. Bad part is, look, people play sports. They're stinky. They sometimes forget to clean up their laundry. Sometimes some of them didn't know how to wash their clothes, so they didn't use detergent. So it just made the whole laundry room smell like onions. That was the worst part of my job.
Was it like raw onions or onions roasted on the stove?
Raw onions.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, do you not know what detergent is? There's a free bottle here.
You just slip it to them quietly.
Yeah. Like, come on. Those are some of my memories from college. Otherwise, it's really all a blur. I think, okay, this is going to sound really nerdy, but the best part about college was just the learning. Like, I was like you. I took a lot of credits. At one point, I had taken 20 credits in a semester.
What?
Because I wanted to graduate, like, quicker.
Oh my God.
So, and this is at North Hennepin. So I took 20 credits because I was in a dual degree program because I was like, I don't know if I want to do education or liberal arts. So I was taking 20 credits. And then I like about cried. And then that was the semester before graduation. So the spring semester of 2017, yeah. I like about cried. And I would never do that again. Because just taking the 8 credits for grad or 9 credits for graduate school, I cried. But that's because graduate courses are like crazy.
Yeah, they're like 2x, I feel like.
So, yeah. I think that really prepared me, though, for my grad program. But not something I would suggest doing ever again.
Girl, that's 20 credits.
20 credits. Yeah.
You literally just eat, sleep, breathe, work.
Yeah.
And study.
Yeah, that's really what it was. And one of those 3 of those credits were a community service course. So I was even going out to classes, and then I would like go to community service, come back, and then write about it. Yeah. So, because I'm like, oh, it's a community service course. That means it's not really a class. It's just 3 credits. Like, I'm not really doing... Bitch, I lied.
Psych.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was rough. Like, again, it's a blur, but I just remember really learning a lot and, like, loving the learning. Like, I loved being challenged mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love and miss the learning aspect of it. Because now as, we're older adults, it's just the same thing over and over. And it becomes repetitive.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. And like you said, right? Like, college really ruined reading for me. Mm-hmm. And I was a reader. Like, I read a book every week. I carried a book with me whenever. And then after college and grad school, I'm like, I don't want to look at another fucking book. Mm-hmm. And then I slowly started building behind Ariel, like, my book collection again. Because I'm like, I used to love books. I'm going to rebuild that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What
currently are you reading right now?
So right now I'm really big on trying to support authors of color. And I'm reading a book called A Crane Among Wolves by June Her. Mm-hmm. She's a Korean author, and this book is based off of like an actual monarch like a few hundred years ago. And I'm really enjoying it. I just started it on Sunday. And I'm already halfway through the book.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, when I'm into a book and I read it quickly. That's why I'm like, I had such a passion for books. I read books that were inappropriate for me, okay, when I was younger. But I liked them. So, yeah, I'm trying to find my passion for reading again.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. And we found books that have helped reignite that.
Yeah.
So, but I do go back and forth between fiction and nonfiction. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm reading that book, but right now I'm also reading We Do This Till We Free Us by Miriam. I forget her last name, but it's about abolition work. So I'm also trying to find my passion in relearning, right? So, as much as I do that in my work, I think that's also why it's hard for me to read, because in my everyday work, I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly researching and doing stuff. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Of course.
Do you have any side businesses that you own or owned, or any businesses that you help with?
Yeah, I did start a little like arts and craft card making thing. I still want to do that, but it just got too much because of my mom's businesses. Her ventures is more like it. She has her own flower business that she's been doing for quite a long time. She worked as a florist. She's worked as a florist for over 30 years.
Can you tell us the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Flowers for Us. Mm-hmm. And I was really like doing her social media, and trying to ramp up like her online presence, which is hard to do for Hmong OGs because they're so stuck in how they want to market. And, you know, just some health issues came up for my mom, so I was really helping her out. So I put my business on hold, but I made cards with fabric, and I'm really big into stationery, so I started making like wax seal stamps with Hmong prints on them. And that's on hold until I have the time and passion to do that again. But yeah, right now it's really helping my mom. She's trying to do more flowers again now that she's better. So if you're in the business of buying funeral flowers in Minnesota, sometimes my mom drives out to Wisconsin. Hit her up, flowers for us. But yeah, it was definitely a passion project. It definitely tapped into my creative side. And we'll see if I do that again.
Well, I feel like people don't know that about you. It's like you're very artsy and crafty. Like, you talked about your Christmas presents and how you're building something. And then you also made me an apron. Like, that shit's cool. I don't think people know that about you.
Yeah, I think people see me very much as, like, straight and narrow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do like to tap into my artsy side. I do like sewing. Like Ariel said, I made her an apron. I made myself an apron. I just made a couple of cat toys this Christmas with catnip for people. And I'm going to try to donate some of those, too. But I think sewing, arts and craft, I used to think when I was younger that doing those kind of things was like too feminine, and I wasn't a feminine enough person, but I'm like, no, I like doing it, so I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Good for you for figuring that out for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, what do you currently do for your career?
So right now I've worked in nonprofit almost my entire adult professional career. And right now I work in a research nonprofit. And that's why I said I'm trying to find my passion for reading again, and trying to tap into my more creative side, because it doesn't really allow for creativity other than like, you know, okay, here's the kind of research that we do. Here's how we can present it. Here's how we can disseminate it to people. And it's great work. I'm passionate about it. I love it. It's what I went to school for. It's kind of evolving right now. We're kind of moving into more policy work, which is also something I'm passionate about. So that's what I do for work. It's not something that I always thought I was a person who wouldn't have a lifelong career in one field, but I'm going on that route. But I think it's great because my role has changed every year that I've been there. It's never been the same, because the ebbs and flows of what happens in society and with our field of research changes, and we have to study those trends and like really make sure that we are meeting the needs of like practitioners and people who are a part of our field. So I think I've been very appreciative that my role has evolved along with me. Yeah.
Because I feel like if it was the opposite and there was no growth, then you'd probably leave.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I would have been out of there. So, yeah, I think, honestly, I'm still surprised that I've stayed here this long. Like, come March, it'll be my 5th year.
Wow.
But, yeah, I know it's the longest I've stayed at a job. I mean, I'm only 28, but even before that, I had, like, stayed at a job 2 years. And even then, McDonald's is the longest job because I was there as a teenager. But it was always what is better out there, you know, what can actually utilize my skills. And so it's been great because this job has really evolved with me, and it's been really fun.
I love that for you. Yeah. So my next question to you is, maybe it goes together, but what are you passionate about and what are some of your hobbies?
I'm very passionate about a lot of things. Some of those feed into my hobbies, and some of those only are part of my job. So, like, I'm very passionate about research and making sure that the things that I do or believe in are research-backed. And so that reflects in my personal life and my professional life. Very passionate about, like, social justice work and understanding, like, how I fit in that kind of work and in supporting other people in society. But I'm also very passionate about, like, community and, like, how my talents can build into that community. So tapping into my creative arts, right? Like, I'm actually, one thing that I do want to do with sewing is sew blankets, so that though I don't need all those blankets, but I can donate them, you know, so things like that. I have sewn a blanket before, actually, for my baby niece. So I'm like, if I can do that, I can do other blankets.
Yeah.
And so like, things like that, passionate about, like, those things, I guess you can say, like, morally things I'm passionate about, but they really bleed into, like, why I do my hobbies. Like, sewing is something that my mom has always done. she's done for other people, and I like sewing for other people. Reading, not just to like immerse myself in a fantasy world, but reading to learn about other people and other things, and how I kind of fit into that world of helping. I guess I've always been a helper, but also leading and writing. I'm a big writer. I've always loved writing as a child. So that's a passion of mine. I journal, but not just journal, write to as a way to like create your own world too. That's me.
I love that. Okay, so this is a fun one. What are some things people might not know about you?
Okay. Not a lot of people know this about me.
Okay.
You and Dochi do. But I love singing.
Yes.
I hate singing in front of people. So you will catch me singing in my car and in my home, but never in front of people. But that's one thing people don't realize is that I love singing. I love music. I play the guitar. And my dad was a singer. My brother's in a band.
Oh my God, my dad used to be a singer too.
Yeah. Maybe they were in the same band in Laos. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there we go. Another thing we have in common. But yeah, so music has always been something that surrounded my life. But I hate singing in front of people.
I don't think I've ever heard you sing.
Yeah, and if I do, I have to be really drunk. The last time we went singing, we got a room at Cup and Cheers. And I had already had a few drinks. Okay, my cousins were in from out of town. We were having a good time, and I was singing. And the next day, I remember things when I'm drunk. That's a pro and con. Okay, so if I do something stupid, I remember it.
Yeah.
Crap. If I do something great and I remember it, great.
I remember everything too.
Exactly. And I remember singing in front of people, and I woke up the next morning feeling so embarrassed. 'Cause I'm like, oh my God, I just sung in front of people. But I was drunk, so I had the courage to do it. But yeah, so I love singing. I listen to music every day. Like my Spotify, I think the rap was like, you listen to like 5,000 hours of music. But music gets me through the day. Yeah.
So what are your top artists right now?
I am a music chameleon. I listen to almost every genre. Okay. My Spotify Wrapped recently was actually...
pull it up.
My phone's there.
Oh, shoot. Can you see on your computer?
I don't know. Okay, I know that my top artists were Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, okay.
Glorilla.
Uh-huh.
And, let me see. It was really funny because I laughed. I'm like, this is so representative of my music taste. Okay. Oh, yeah. So Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Jade from Little Mix.
Okay.
And then it's so funny because it has Korean artists on here like Lee Hi and Jaehyun. Leon Bridges. He was also my top 5. So
you went to his concert too.
I went to his concert. And then Casey Musgraves. She's a country singer.
Yeah, I listen to Casey sometimes. Yeah.
So yeah, my music is very wide variety, but those were my top artists of this year, especially Megan and Glorilla. They have some like songs that make me feel like a bad bitch. So
as they should.
Yeah, I've been listening to them a lot to help pump me up for my anxiety-ridden last month of the year. So yeah,
because of her job. But.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm a music chameleon, rock and roll, R&B, hip-hop, pop, EDM. If it's a bop, it's a bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a good thing. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, actually. Low-key. So what do you think people misunderstand about you?
I think really similar to you that I'm disengaged. Well, not similar, but like that I'm disengaged and I come off like really bitchy. Because I'm very straightforward about what I'm thinking. The first part, disengaged, is because usually if I want to get to know a person, I'm going to sit back and listen first. But that's how I am in meetings too. Like I need to process like the information I'm being told before I react, because I don't want to react rashly. I already do that with my family, okay? I can't do that with everybody in my life.
Yeah.
So that I'm very like disengaged because I don't open up as easily. But I'm trying to understand like how I can approach the situation or the person, or like make sure that I'm not misunderstanding where you're coming from. So I think that people often get that company. And I have RBF. I know that. I tried working on it. I can't help it. It's like, it's genetic. And I've been told by multiple people that like they've been scared to approach me because my RBF is so strong. Like I just seem like someone who's like really bitchy. And I'm like, well, if you just approached me, you would have realized that I wasn't. And so I think the combination of my RBF and being disengaged kind of puts people off. But I'm like, I just need time to process, y'all. Like, I'm an introvert at heart, and I can't just jump into a situation. Like, I need to observe, process, and then I will interact. So, yeah. I think that that's kind of the biggest thing people misunderstand about me.
Some people just need to be warmed up to, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I think I'm the opposite of that. Like, I can just walk into a room, like, talk to the next person. But I get that, too. Like, having to sit back and then, sit and see things through.
Yeah.
And, like, take it in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, look, I am that person that you will find who has arrived 15 minutes early and sitting in the parking lot prepping themselves for what they're walking into, okay? That is me. I need to prepare myself for the people I'm going to meet.
Pep talk.
Exactly. So, yeah.
So, if you're open to sharing, what are some of your goals for the next few years?
I wrote on here, save money, pay off debt, finish my book. Simple. That's really it. I used to be able to save money really well, but just the past few years have been really hard I'm a big people pleaser too. It's hard for me to say no. And when people ask for my help, I want to help them. And so that has really hit me hard financially. So I really want to start saving money again. And then finishing my book. For the longest time, I've told Ariel that I'm writing a book, but I put it on pause because I'm a scaredy cat now. I used to not be, but it was a book about some of my like experiences with the paranormal. And at some point I started experiencing a lot of those things again when writing about my experiences. Like I would get goosebumps in my own home while writing. And so I was like, okay, I think I need to take a pause. But I think I'm in a better space spiritually to be able to continue that. So I want to continue that and scare other people.
I'll be the first reader. Yeah. I want to read it.
You can't blame me if you're scared.
I feel like for me it takes it's not zombies, right?
No, it's not zombies.
Okay, then
I can't do
I'll
zombies.
Be fine. We'll be
That's
fine.
the one thing we have in common is we don't like zombies.
Yeah.
I guess that's another thing people don't know about us. I don't know why zombies freak me out. They do.
I get nightmares.
I do. I get like grossed out and like creeped out by zombies. I can't do it.
I can't even watch The Walking Dead.
I can't watch that newest show with Pedro Pascal.
Oh, it's not. For some reason, I was thinking Last Man Standing. No.
No, I forget what the name is, but it's like
good.
It's good, but like they're so zombie-like too. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the fast zombies. Oh, hell no, I can't
It's the fact that they have the clickers.
Yes! I can't do that!
I'm just like, imagine you like in the dark and you hear,
No.
I'm good.
Count me out.
Yeah. Take me. Yeah. I don't want to run.
Count me out.
I'd be that bitch in the bunker for the rest of her life. I'm not doing zombies, sorry.
Me neither.
Yeah. So,
fly me out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be the first person to the moon. Thank you. Yeah. So no zombies for me, but that's my goal for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I feel like over the past couple of years, I've seen you in different ebbs and flows of your life, and this is definitely the era where you're flourishing and thriving. So
finally, the horoscopes are finally right. No, every like horoscope person I've been seeing on TikTok, maybe it's just my feed, but they're like, Gemini, 2025 is the year for you. I'm like, it better be. Yeah. So here we go.
We're manifesting it for you.
Putting it into existence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Manifestation.
So, yeah.
What hidden talent do you have?
Okay, so this has to go along with the singing, but I can harmonize like crazy.
Ooh,
but that's because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's because I was in choir for a long time, and I've always loved singing the melody, but whenever like in the car when I'm singing, like if it's just the melody, I like to harmonize with the singer rather than sing the melody.
Wow.
I don't know why, but it's just what I naturally flow to, and I think that I'm a great harmonizer.
I mean, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
How many years were you in choir?
6-7 years.
What? That's a long time.
Yeah. So I still don't know how to read notes, but I can harmonize. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that about you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really sing in front of people I'm close to either.
Yeah.
I sing by myself. That's it.
Well, that'll change if we ever do karaoke, because I love doing karaoke too.
Yes. That's why I avoid doing karaoke. I can't sing in front of people. I'll try it with you, though. Like, I've only done karaoke with Dochi, like, a couple of times.
Oh.
But I let her do all the singing.
What?
Because I'm like, I can't sing in front of people. It's embarrassing.
Oh my God. A couple shots in, we'll be fine. I'll give you a couple shots.
I'll bring my tequila, I guess.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I'll bring some mezcal and stuff.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what does your perfect day look like?
So I think I've kind of created a perfect day routine for me already. So every morning I get up at 6:30, not before the sun. Can't do that. But I do wake up at 6:30 and I do like a quick face wash. If it's a nice morning, if it's not too cold, then I usually take a walk. I only do like a mile, which is around the small park near here, just to like wake up my body. And then come back home, make myself some breakfast, my cottage cheese and eggs.
Yum.
And if not that, then I just do leftovers from the previous night for breakfast, just a little bit to get my protein in for the day. And then I kind of just sit around to like let my brain wake up. I need at least an hour in the morning before I interact with anybody. So by the time I'm done with breakfast, it's 7:30. So I just sit around for like half an hour, maybe 4 to 5 minutes before I log into work, because I'm like, look, I have to take phone calls. I need to not speak or do anything. So I sit around. I might like do a little bit of cleaning. And then if it's not a work day, then I get to like do my passion stuff. So read, write. Otherwise it's work. And then once I'm done with work, I always go on a walk. And the days I do miss a walk is usually I'm doing something else. But I always make sure that I do my walk at the end of the day in the evening, because I love my sunset walks. And so I always go to the lake near here. And then once I'm done with that, I eat dinner. And then I close out the day with the episode of a show or reading. And then I meditate at my little altar. And then I go to bed. And it's beautiful. Seriously. So, and then I don't meal prep anymore because I like to make all my meals fresh. But I always make sure to go shopping every week for just enough food, because I'm trying to like lessen my food waste this year. And so I just buy enough to like have for the week that I can make fresh every day. And then that's it. Yeah.
What is one of your favorite meals right now?
So my go-to meal right now is I really am enjoying kimchi stew. So yesterday my house smelled like kimchi. And it's like really good because kimchi is good for you because it's got probiotics. And then I ran out of pork, which is a big part of kimchi stew. But I was like, whatever, I just use whatever I have. So I had tofu, kimchi, and then I added in some Napa cabbage that I had left over. And I had kimchi stew. But that's kind of my go-to because it's cold and it's hearty and it's not too heavy. So, yeah.
That sounds really good.
It is really good. I'll have to make you some.
I have to ask for your recipe too.
Yeah. It's my sister's recipe, so you can have it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what my day looks like. A perfect day would be not dealing with dumb people. Seriously.
I mean, that's everyone's dream.
Yeah. So hopefully that comes true at some point. But yeah.
I love that.
Thanks. Wait, not dealing with stupid people or my
All
day?
Of that too. Okay. All of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I have a couple of fun questions here. Right now, what are your maybe like top 1 to 3 favorite TV shows?
So pretty niche. I have followed this program for over 10 years. It's a Korean show called Running Man.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And I've watched them since they aired. And the only reason why I have a Viki subscription, I don't anymore. I haven't had it for a year, which makes me really sad. Just because I've been cutting back on finances. But Running Man, I used to watch that religiously. And I want to start planning to watch it again religiously. But that's my favorite show. Like, I look up clips online just to laugh. That's my favorite show, honestly, of all time. And I don't really have any other like shows where I'm like, oh my god, it's such a great show. I really enjoyed Game of Thrones. I just finished rewatching that, but I only watched season 6 and 7. I like starting at season 6 and ending on the episode where they kill the Night King.
Okay.
And then I stopped from there. That's my rewatching of Game of Thrones. And then I guess a show that I also really liked was Euphoria. Yeah, so that's a new show. Season 2 is wrapped. I think they're filming season 3, but that's like a new show I've enjoyed. Other than that, I don't have subscriptions, so I don't really watch TV shows.
That's with Zendaya, right?
Yeah.
That one was a slow grind for me.
Yeah, for a lot of people, they said it was a slow grind, or it was just too heavy on the drug use. It's too triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what?
I can take it.
Yeah, I liked it. So the only one that I religiously would turn back to is Running Man. Yeah.
I've actually never watched that.
Yeah,
so I might have to.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny show. It's a variety show. They do like a bunch of random like challenges and tasks, and it's really the banter that I really enjoy. Like they're so it's like unscripted banter, so you know it's kind of like just me and you sitting here and they're just talking. It's pretty funny. I like it.
I have to watch it.
Once you get past the weirdness of it, it's pretty good.
That sounds like fun. I'd watch that.
Yeah. No, my sisters have joked before. They're like, oh, Emily's laughing, she's probably watching Running Man. And I'm like, yeah, I was. It's funny to me.
If you like it, there's a high chance I will.
Yeah.
So right now, who's your TV or celebrity crush?
So again, because I'm not really watching TV, I don't really have a TV crush. But if I were to go off of Running Man, my crush is Kim Jong-gook from Running Man. That is a fine man. He is a fine specimen.
I feel like I've heard of him. And I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
But I'll look him up later.
Yeah, he's 48 right now.
Ooh.
But he looks like he's still in his 30s. That man is fine.
Asian genetics.
Honestly.
I'm going to look him up now.
Do it. He's just gotten finer with age. Honestly, in my opinion. Like, when we first started the show, watching Running Man, I did not like him because of his hair. But he's just gotten finer with age. You bitches who watch Running Man know.
And then my last question to you, are you a tea, boba, matcha, coffee person?
I wish I was a coffee person, but it doesn't energize me. It makes me sleepy. So I am a non-caffeine tea person. I
love how specific that is. Okay, non-caffeine tea.
Or what? Decaffeinated. There we go. Decaffeinated tea person. So I've always loved tea. Growing up, I have a wall of tea right now. Loose teas, bag tea. I like tea. So
you like the earthy stuff.
Yes, like you said, earthy. Tastes like dirt.
Straight from the plant, y'all. Earthy.
No, I really don't. I don't like the fruity tea. I don't like. I like floral tea, but I can't do fruity. It's not for me. So I do like the mint and like the ginger and the turmeric.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so I wish I did like sweet teas, but they're just not for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like for sweet teas, they have to be really sweet for me. But if they taste like grass and earth, it's like, ooh, please take this back.
And I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
So I'm a tea person, big boba person. I always do taro boba.
Taro boba.
Taro boba milk tea. Yeah.
I feel like that'd match your sweater too.
Taro, it does. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I've always loved lavender and purple, so that lines up.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this about wraps up our interview with Emily. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Emily?
No, I hope you enjoyed this episode and getting to know me a little bit more. Like I said, people typically only learn one new thing about me a year. You just learned like 30.
Yeah.
So
fact.
Now you won't learn anything new about me from now on. I'm kidding. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't, you should tune into Ariel's episode.
Peace.
You gotta close us out.
I'm just like, that's the first thing that came out of my brain.
Peace.
Well, thanks for tuning in so much. Feel free to subscribe, share, comment, and like our stuff. We're on TikTok for as long as that stands, Instagram, and YouTube, and Facebook. So check us out there. Bye.